1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 in the face, slim in the waist. 10 in the face, slim in the waist. 10 in the face, slim in the waist. Do you want to taste? Do you want to taste?
Check it, not from the bay, but I can make you go hype. Your girl won't like me, but your boy might wife. Do the right thing, just like your name was Spike Lee. Ain't gotta do much to write in checks like Nike, Nike, Nike.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Nessa, aka Blasian Mommy, and this is the Realness Podcast, a podcast where I share my thoughts and ideas from a Blasian perspective. So today's episode is going to be about journaling. What are you guys doing to keep yourself sane during this crazy time? I know I'm doing a few things. I'm trying to read more, like I said, journaling, and I need to get back on this fitness tip and not use it as an excuse because the gyms are closed. But it's weird though, because I feel like nothing has happened, but excuse me. I have people who tell me that they feel like I lost weight, especially last week. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take this little compliment, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's not what this is about. I just want to know, what ways are you guys keeping sane in times like this, or times like these, I should say. Well, for those of you who are journaling, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I find it tough and I find it hard to write sometimes. Like, either I'm just not motivated enough, or I just simply can't even think of anything to write at the moment. So I just don't write at all. And at one point in time, I made it a point to to write at least 3 days out the week. So I kind of forced myself, and I'm just like, some people are like, well, I don't know what to write. They get writer's block, which happens the same with music and poetry and all of that good stuff. So I am here to save you, for those of you that actually do need help. So you can easily Google things online or go on social media and find different ways, different journal entries, I guess you can say. And for journaling, the sky's the limit. Like, some people look at it as a diary, some people look at it as, just kind of expressing themselves. There's no real cookie cutter way of doing a journal or having a journal. And not only that, journal is unisex, so it could be men, women, or whatever you identify yourself as, adult, children, all of the above. Anybody can do it, right? So here are a few journal prompts that I selected from a few different things that I looked at. I think one of them was 120 journal entries or journal prompts. And then I seen another one that my friend sent me from that she found on Instagram. So this one, I just chose 20 of them. So 20 different prompts. Okay. So here's the first one. How are you feeling today? Or how are you feeling at the moment? Sometimes, like I say, you don't know what to write. So you can start with your feelings. How are you feeling at that very moment? Write that down on paper. Me personally, when I do my journal, I always put how I feel. That's usually how they are. And I always make sure I put the date on it. And at the end, once I finish the book, doesn't matter if it's a year or how, it just really matters how many pages are there. But once I finish, then I'm going to go back and read them and see how I was feeling at that point in time. I just think that would be interesting. But yeah, so how are you feeling today or at this very moment? Another thing is describe a childhood memory. So you got to dig real deep inside your inner child's soul and write about a childhood memory. And it could be good or bad, you know what I mean? However you feel at that moment. whatever serves you. Another thing you could put, what is the biggest accomplishment that you have accomplished thus far? It's always good to congratulate yourself and applaud yourself for doing great things, and accomplishments is something that is accomplishment to you, because sometimes people might be like, oh my gosh, this is great, this is awesome, and to you, like, yeah, it's not enough, like I gotta do X, Y, and Z. So what is a big accomplishment that you feel you have made? The next one, what is your favorite memory with a loved one? And it could be mother, father, it could be family member, it could be friends, it could be something that happened at work, something that is your favorite memory with another person. Another one, what are some hobbies or activities that bring you joy? Oh, you can see my little pad. My iPad. Oh, this is not iPad, tablet, whatever. But yeah, what brings you joy? Another one is, who is a teacher or mentor that has made an impact in your life? I've had teens, I work with children. I've had teens that hit me up and let me know, like, hey, I remember, if it wasn't for you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you tugged at my little tiny heart. It makes me feel good. But who is someone to you that has made an impact to you? Okay. Another one is something you learned this week that you're thankful for. So that way it's something you don't have to dig deep, because it's something that happened this week. And I feel like a lot of people have lost track of the days of the weeks because of everything that's going on. But yeah, definitely look into something that happened recently, right? Okay. Another one is, who made you smile in the last 24 hours and why? If you're just a grumpy old person and no one's made you smile, not including yourself, what about yesterday? What about the last 48 hours, 72 hours? What about last week? Think back. I'm sure somebody has brought you joy. And if not, you need to seek help, because that means you're just an unhappy person. And if all else fails, if no one can make you happy, at least you should be able to make yourself happy, because you have to spend the rest of your life with yourself. So shoot, The next is, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned thus far? It could be the biggest lesson of 2020. Like, I wish I was more prepared so that during this pandemic I wouldn't be freaking out. Or just some type of life lesson. Like, you don't really have to set a date on it, but just something that was huge and monumental to your life. Next one, describe your favorite of the five senses. So this could be broken down into 5 things. What is your favorite? What are the 5 senses? Sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing, right? So what's your favorite sound for hearing? What is your favorite taste? What's your favorite food or whatever? Another one, what is your favorite scent? What is your favorite? You get it. Another one is, what is your favorite show, movie, or song, and why? Like, why is that significant to your life? Another one, the hardest thing that you've ever had to do. That one, I'm pretty sure most people would have to dig deep, because the fact that you have to think about something that was very hard. Some people, it could come to them like that. Some people, yeah, for me, I think I would have to dig deep on that one. What are your 10 best qualities? And the reason why I say that, because I think I saw one that said something like, what are the 10 qualities that people say about you? And it's like, even though other people might see that, like, I want you to dig deep inside yourself. And what is something that is within you that is your best qualities? It's all about self-love. We're going to love ourselves. Hold on. Next, describe a silver lining out of a tough situation. So I'm going to talk about this in another episode, but what I try to do to stay sane, and it's been working for me for the last few years, is every time there's a bad situation, tough situation, whatever the case may be, I always try my best to find the silver lining in it. Um, and if you don't know what the silver lining is, it's basically you're finding, I don't really want to say the good out of it, but kind of like you're digging deep to find some type of positive outlook from it. For example, this pandemic, although it's crazy and caused people to go through a bunch of anxiety and depression and confusion, and me personally, it really had me grab a hold of my finances, which is something that I was already going to start to work on, but this pandemic made it that much more easier for me to focus on that. Okay, next, something incredible that happened. So name something that is like one of the best feelings ever that you can remember. Next, a small win that you've had within the last 24 hours. It could be something as, I woke up before my alarm clock. I don't know if people still have alarm clocks going on, especially those working from home. Actually, I feel like you would need it more now than ever because you might just want to sleep in. But yeah, that's a small win. Oh, I walked 5 miles today. No, ooh, that's a lot. Whew. To me, that's a big win. So I walked a mile today. You know what I mean? So something. Another one. Recall a time you needed and received encouragement. And I think this one is dope because it has you this brings out the gratitude in all reality. Like, oh my gosh, like I remember I was going through a tough time and my best friend hit me up randomly and sent me positive vibes. And yeah, Another one. Favorite quote and why. I'm going to tell you what my favorite quote is. And it's been my favorite quote since elementary school, believe it or not. But my favorite quote is, what is it? Oh, life is too short. No. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm tripping. But life is too short. Life is all about risks. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Life is all about risks. It requires you to jump. Don't be a person who has to look back and realize what they could have had or would have had. No one waits forever. So that was my quote. It's been my favorite quote since elementary school, and I used it as my senior quote in high school. But that always stuck with me because, if we keep waiting, we're just not going to get through in life. We're not going to advance. We're not going to be forward. You're going to go back and be like, dude, I said I was going to do this. Now look, it's 3-4 years down the line and I'm still sitting on an idea, which is real life. What's happening with me right now. The only thing that I've actually really jumped on was this podcast. So I'm appreciative of that. Let's not talk about school because Another one is, what is your favorite food? This one's simple. You know what I mean? Like, and it could talk about the type of food, or you could talk about, be very specific. Like, for instance, I like a lot of types of food. Like, I like American. I tried Indian. It's pretty good. But, like, my favorites would be Mexican, Filipino. I like Chinese food. I like soul food. I like, you know what I mean? As far as types goes. But to be specific, I love everybody that knows me knows I love mac and cheese. I love me some mac and cheese. I love hot wings. I love pizza. I love French fries. Yeah, so, but why do you like that? I don't feel like people like think about that. They think about, oh, I love this food because it's good. But like some people, like it's a real big significance on why they like that. And then the last but not least is, what is your best skill? So for instance, I don't think my best skill is being on camera like this or even recording and stuff, but I enjoy doing it. So that's why I'm doing it. But I don't think it's my best skill, but I'm learning so that I become a better person in this field, so to speak. But yeah, so that was like my list of a compilation of 20 different gratitude journaling prompts. And there are different types of journaling too. You don't have to create prompts. Like you can just write down your affirmation. That's what I did actually when I first started. I was just writing affirmations every single day. I am beautiful, I am smart, I am this, I am that. You know what I mean? So just every day write affirmations. You can write mantras, which is similar to affirmations, but you could put something like, I love money, money loves me, large sums of money come my way, or something. You know what I mean? Um, you can write a poem. You could write a short poem every day, or what is my favorite type of poem? Oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called. So, no. Oh my gosh, I want to fact check. I'll look for it in a second. But yeah, it's when it's like a very short type of poem. I'm going to look it up, and it's going to bother me because I can't think of it right now, but I will. And then, or you can write a song. You could, write a song, like a verse or a hook or something, and then just build on it every single day. You can draw. It doesn't even have to be words. Like, who says journaling has to be limited to words? You can draw something, right? Another thing you can do is just write out your goals. Like, even though you're writing goals, like, that's still considered journaling. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's no cookie cutter way to journal, and you can think of a lot of things that is something that's open-ended. It doesn't have to be just a yes or no or black and white. Like, it could be something that's open-ended. But yeah, so some of the benefits of journaling are that it improves your mental health. It clears your mind and gets your gears grinding in a positive direction, of course. It can increase happiness, make you happy, especially the ones that you're being nostalgic about, you know what I mean? Like the childhood memory one, or your favorite food. It can help you sleep better, you know what I mean? Because you're ending the night with getting things off your chest, or talking about something positive that happened to you that day, excuse me. It can improve your relationship with others, because you're journaling, you're channeling your energy and your thoughts and feelings onto paper. And yeah, your gratitude increases. Like, when you're being positive, then you have that positive aura or that energy around you, and you're like speaking it more into existence, because you're thinking about it. That's the first step. You're writing it down. That's the next step. You're speaking it. That's the third step. And watch it manifest. Okay, baby. And then it's also therapeutic. You know what I mean? It is very therapeutic when you write down your thoughts and feelings. At least I feel it is. Hold on, this is going to bother me. Short poem. I think it's like called not a stanza. Oh, this is bothering me. Oh gosh. Oh, haiku. Yes. Yes, it's called a haiku. Haiku. It's called a haiku poem. And usually it's only consists of a few words. Like, the funniest one that I heard was when I went to a poetry slam, and it said, what was it? Life is like a gummy bear. Wait, no. I think it's, sorry. Sex is like a gummy bear. First you bite the head, and then, I don't know. I forgot what it was, but it was dope. Don't mind me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share some type of thoughts and ideas for those that are stuck writing, or want to start writing, and, don't know where to start. Another thing for writer's block, this is a side note. If you have writer's block, what I used to do when I used to write music, I used to do music back in the day. I used to rap. I was a lyrical storyteller, get it right. That, and with poems, what I learned was called the ping pong method. So basically, you would get somebody, and then you'd be like, hey, I need you to help me out. So you could do it through text, you could do it through writing. I'm not going to front. I first started off with writing with my homeboy. He was in jail. He was in prison, but he's a really good guy, so no judgment. And actually, he's the one that introduced it to me. So he would write like 4 bars, and then I would respond with 4 bars, and so on and so forth. Then I took that and did it with music, and I would hit up my homeboy or my homegirl or whatever and be like, hey, I'm going to need help. So he'd be like, send me 2 bars. I'll send 2 bars. Next, he'll send 4, 4, 6, 6, or go back to 2, or whatever the case may be. So that's where the ping pong portion of it comes from. But yeah, just wanted to share my thoughts and ideas on that. Let me know if there's anything else that you guys would like for me to cover. Write down or comment below. or DM me or email me things that I left off the list. I wouldn't say forgot. Like I said, there was like 120 on one list and there was like 20 on another list. So it's not that I forgot. I just am limited for time. So, and again, like I said, go ahead and Google it if you don't like any of these, or let me know which ones are your favorites and which ones have you used. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope y'all have a great remainder of the day. Like, comment, share.